Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Born to Be Wild Listener Series Season 5 Finals. We are so excited to be here tonight, recording on a little bit of a different schedule here, but we are down to the top two. My name is Nate Wolf. I'm one of the hosts from Born to Be Wild. I'm joined tonight by my co-host Hydralisk and Electric Sheep City. Hydra, how are you tonight?
I'm doing awesome. We have some awesome matches tonight. I'm so stoked.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sheep, welcome back. How are you?
Howdy.
I thought you were frozen for a second.
Fantastic. How are you doing? I fooled you.
I'm so excited to be here. We've got, this is it. This is the culmination of 8 weeks worth of Wild Hearthstone tournament series with special deck building restrictions. And so I'm just really excited to be here. We've got some crazy matches. But yeah, let's just jump right into things. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, I do want to just super briefly explain the way that this series works. So the Born to Be Wild Listener Series is a Wild Hearthstone tournament series with custom deck building restrictions each week. This series is played in the Conquest format. So the way that works, if you're unfamiliar, each week players submit 4 decks consisting of separate classes. Classes and deck lists are hidden until after the weekly submission deadline. Once the classes and deck lists are revealed, players have an opportunity to reveal and ban one of their opponent's decks. Ban selections are hidden until both players have submitted their bans, at which point they are revealed. In the Conquest format, when a player wins with a deck, that player must then move on to a different deck. The losing player may switch decks, but is not required to do so. The victor is the first player to win matches with all 3 decks. For those of you watching along tonight, here is just a brief preview of what to expect. So, players are represented by avatars, and decks are represented by their class icons. Banned decks are marked with the red X, and the winning decks are marked with the green check. So you'll see their little player portrait over here, classes down the side. Again, a green check indicates that they have won with that class, so they won't be playing it again. The banned class has the red X, meaning they cannot play it. All right, well, let us jump into this week's lore component. And I will briefly play, so for those of you unfamiliar, this whole season has a lore segment associated, and we are at the finals, culminating final event called the Final Battle. And here is Lore Master Goliath the Dwarf to walk us through this.
Through trickery and manipulation, Queen Azshara was successful in breaking the chains of Ny'alotha, who in turn rescued her from death at the hands of the Champions of Azeroth. With Ny'alotha released from its titanwrought prison, corruption spread across the land. Ny'alotha, Ny'alotha's sleeping city, has awakened, and the Champions of Azeroth venture deep into the horrific realm to confront mad heralds, inscrutable horrors, and Ny'alotha himself in a fight to determine the fate of the world.
The fate of the world is at stake, indeed.
Absolutely. And our primary challenge this week is along those same lines. Each deck must contain at least 8 cards, corrupted by Ny'alotha, perhaps? We shall see. So, 8 corrupted cards. The secondary challenge is a little bit different, and that is that each deck must contain at least 9 minions with a tribal tag. Murloc, Quilboar, Mech, Demon, etc. And at least 3 tribes must be represented in each deck. So 9 tribal minions, at least 3 in each deck, and that does scale up if Ny'alotha is played. So those are the custom deck building restrictions for the final battle. Let's dive into the deck lists themselves.
All right, I'll pull up DoctorBOMD's decks first.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, DoctorBOMD has this giant warlock. If you look down at the top end, we got the Molten Giants, the Mountain Giants, the Goldshire Gnolls, the Flesh Giants, and good old Gigafin. And we have the Ticketus Corrupt package in here with the Strongman. So this is a deck to be reckoned with. I'd be a little afraid of this one.
It's pretty gnarly. We did some test games together about a week ago, and I played this deck. I played against this deck. It's formidable for sure.
That Sea Devil Stinger.
And of course, it is a giant warlock in more than one way because Prince Renathal makes its inclusion.
Yes, for sure. 40 cards. Up next, so we have the druid is banned
You're right.
this one. So after that, we have Libram Paladin that is being brought here. And then finally, Shudderwalk Shaman.
Yes. I love books and I love Shudderwalk, so I can't wait to watch and cast these matches.
Very fun. The Shudderwalk Shaman does have like a bit of an OTK package with well, anyhow, I mean, I guess I don't know if it's OTK necessarily, but the corrupted cards include Circus Medic that can go face and Dunk Take that can go face both when they're corrupted. So there's definitely that aspect of it here.
Absolutely. Yeah, and unfortunately no Bolner for the OTK shenanigans.
Yeah.
But looking over in the Paladin as well, Paladin's got the Lightforged Cariel, the Leviathan, and then of course the package of books. Love to see that Libram package in there too.
Oh, it's fun. We don't see it in Wild very often. And then Lady Liadrin for the refill. So pretty good. 0 mana Light Ray there. All right, well, let's transition then briefly over to SchmoopieDaddy's decks. Schmoopie has brought Mage, Hunter, Warrior, and Shaman, and the Hunter deck has been banned.
Yeah, and so the mage here, as we can see, is a hero power mage. I've always loved this archetype, and I'd hope it would take off in Wild at some point. It's so fun with that Mordresh at the top and the Dawn Grasp for the hero. It's a really fun deck to play. And for the warrior, we have Questline Pirate Warrior.
Yarr.
And at the very end, again, we have the Shudderwalk Shaman.
All right.
This one has Bolner in it.
Oh.
It does.
Many shenanigans will be had by the Shudderwalks, most definitely. Similar decks here, yeah. I see also the same, I think, with natural inclusions of the Circus Medic and Dunk Tank here.
Yeah, I'm a real big fan. Looking back over at the mage momentarily of the Firework Elemental to accomplish both the corrupt mechanic as well as one of the elemental, so one of the different tribal restrictions as well. So really smart inclusion there, as well as, of course, the Arcane Amplifier to amplify that hero power even further. Can't wait to see that one in play. I'm so glad that Doc didn't ban that one.
Oh, me too. Yeah, this should be an absolute blast.
Excitement abounds. Well, are we about ready to get into the games themselves, folks?
Hey, whenever they're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Time's up. Let's do this.
Sheep is notifying our contestants as we speak.
Nice. I'm going to selfishly just hope that it goes to 5 games just because it's always more fun that way. But we've got these 2 really strong competitors. And so for everybody watching, know this has been 8 weeks in the making, or I guess this is week 8. Long time coming. And I don't know, these 2 great players. We joke that this is what were we calling it? The family war battle. Or the custody battle, right? Yeah, that they were practice partners for a good chunk of this tournament. So
looks like we're gonna have SchmoopieDaddy with the Questline Pirate Warrior to start.
And Doc with that extra large Warlock.
Extra large.
I really like the inclusion of the Circus Giant thing, whatever it's called, because it's corrupted for 0 as well.
Yeah, that strongman.
Oh, the strongman, yeah.
Oh no, it's Patches. Although I guess we don't mind Patches too much with the quest, right? Because it's a 1 mana tick off the quest.
Yeah, it's not so bad anymore.
Yeah, so long as Schmoopie doesn't draw that Ankar, he'll be pretty happy.
Well, can't draw both Patches.
I mean, you can. It's not so good, though.
Been there. Ooh, and Doc with both Mountain Giants in hand.
Oh, wow. It looks like when we were doing some test games about a week ago, Doc was running a Brand in there, and there was the potential for Brand Ticketus. It looks like the decks have changed a little bit. It's been a week, so. But Ticketus in hand could get corrupted fairly quickly in a deck full of gigantic cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Giant on 4. Classic.
This is how we do it.
Speaking of classics. Love it.
In a face tank that, leaving one of his pirates on board.
Well, we see SchmoopieDaddy's got Mr. Smite in hand, and I think just trying to complete this quest as soon as possible. There's no way he wins the long game here, right? So
No.
And Doc with the ability to tap into second giant. Shmoopie had a pretty hard time dealing with the first one. Speaking of 2 patches. Literally 2 patches in hand for Shmoopie.
Yeah, double patches. Wow. Probably gonna swing and see where.
Yeah, and having to
These
face
go.
take it a second time.
Oh,
Whew,
at least
sigh of
one
relief.
shot landed.
well, yeah, that's
Oh.
exactly what he was hoping for. At least he would have been in a heap of trouble if one of those missed. Or,
Yes.
or
If both.
if,
Yeah.
if both missed, really.
Fingers crossed. There should be a card that does some sort of random effect that says fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what Mayor Noggenfogger says. I know it's not fingers crossed, but
The time has come to dethrone our former master.
former master dethroning time is imminent.
That quest line is complete.
Wow, and I imagine he's just
That
going
was
to drop
fast.
Rokar right now, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Perfect mana management in order to do so too. Love to
As-
see it.
as Shmoopie would say, pray to boat. You know, we could see a Smite come down next turn even, just for a heap of damage.
Yeah, just depending on what that boat does, kind of poop out.
Well,
And
now,
Shmoopie also relevantly not hitting face to discount the mountain giant.
Yes.
Which with caster vision we do know is in Doc's hand, so really heads up play there.
yeah. Well, Doc has a broom also, and I wonder if that may be coming down to maybe clear the Rokara. I don't know.
Perhaps. I don't know if he's necessarily under enough pressure to warrant that.
No, yeah, Doc's sitting pretty good at 24. That's a lot of stats on the board, and so the question is, like,
Ooh.
I never realized how good having 40 health and the Molten Giants combined really is.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Doc
nice.
emoting there because that super collider is going to make some quick work of those mountain giants, but it will set Shmoopie down to a cool 6 health.
His health is so low. He might not be using it.
Well, it looks like it's going to be clear with the
Yeah.
minions.
Well, with Smite in hand, I think, you know, Shmoopie's trying to play it safe.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
really
it was
doing
him
yet.
hovering over it, right? I mean,
That's the burst. It's right there. And just with board right now, Shmoopie would be able to push for lethal. Board and smite, obviously. Talk with no real way to taunt up. So it looks like we're seeing the Drain Soul and the broom come down this turn.
Makes sense.
Doc's gotta be like watching Schmoopie like holding cards, like like he's been dumping cards left and right to complete that quest. Oh, and that's a low roll on the weapon.
Yeah. So unfortunately, no lethal for Schmoopie this turn, but he is nearing. Oh, ripping it now.
Grab your cutlass. Let's buckle swash.
Swash is being buckled this turn. Yeah, it looks like he's doing so in order to clear off the mountain giant.
Yeah. Push a little face damage, clear off the giant.
Present a high priority target. All good moves.
Well, and you know this Doc's like XL Warlock, it plays very similar to like even Warlock. You just dump a bunch of big dudes on the board, and you're sitting on Battleground Battlemaster that everything has Wind Fury. Like you can't leave anything left up there. It's getting in like the serious danger zone.
Oh,
Sniped.
Wow.
This is a razor's edge. Could go either way depending on.
None of those went face.
Nope.
Amalgam of the Deep just to discover a smite. There you go. That is not a smite.
No. Bees can be destroyed. Not seeing any outs here.
Hey, good tickets don't come cheap.
So Schmoopie able to clear off one of the giants, but
Ooh, that's game number 1 in the books.
Yep. That Battlemaster.
razor's edge. That could have gone either way.
Wow.
Love to see
really
it.
could've. Well played, both of them.
Uh-huh.
That was so close. Oh my goodness, what a nail biter. Yeah, absolutely. They can
Game
queue.
on to DoctorBOMD.
Yeah, they can queue up whenever they're ready. Until they start the next one. Just take a look back at these decks. And so Doc now still has the Paladin, the Libram Paladin, and the Shutterwalk Shaman. Alright, looks like they're back in game number 2 here.
Schmoopie once again with the quest line Pirate Warrior, and we see DoctorBOMD with the Shutterwalk Shaman.
Yeah, keeping the Serenite Pain Gang. And Avalanche.
Wow.
And that Snowfall Guardian. 2 great keeps.
Yeah, and this really is, I kind of feel like Doc is favored in this one also with the ice fishing in hand is, we'll pull the Flurgle Tox and... Wow.
2 patches again, too.
At least he didn't draw the one from deck this go around, huh?
Right.
There's that ice fishing. So Schmoopie will be aware of that, but
Ice-
still got to just keep dumping the hand.
Ice
to
fishing
complete
on
this quest.
2 is so depressing.
It really is.
But, you know, Schmoopie here again trying to complete the quest as quick as possible, and I actually like the play of the our 3/3 Cannoneer over here, just because it's such a bigger threat. You know, he could have played the Patches and Amalgam, but chose not to.
Yeah, definitely trying to bait that Flurgle Tox right now, and able to do so.
These guys are playing super fast, which is it's entertaining, but it's like, whoa, wait, slow down. But we see here Schmoopie prioritizing getting rid of the Flurgle so that it doesn't clear his board anymore. And
Schmoopie also completing this stage of the quest. so that we can see where those cannon shots go and knows where to actually hit in with his Inkar.
Oh,
Oh!
none of them hit a chain gang.
Your cutlass.
Oh, but able to perfectly set up quest completion and playing the Rokara on
Wow.
6.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So while those cannon shots were not where Schmoopie wanted them to go, the top deck from the Ankar definitely was. And Doc, knowing that all he really has to do this turn is kind of survive, and then a couple of Snowfall Guardians are coming down the next couple turns. So just present the board that he thinks will stay around the longest.
Again, with the math here, completing the quest just in time to play Rokara.
Very nice.
All right, I'm
And
going to go with
Schmoopie-
the prediction here. Avalanche.
And heads up from Schmoopie to hit in with that Bloodsail deckhand as well.
Oh,
Have
man,
some more board space and keep that Guardian from getting any bigger.
There's 2 Macaws in hand and another Snowfall Guardian.
Yep.
Oh.
That's
Oh.
that's interesting.
Yeah, and that 7 damage is going to go face, too.
Mm-hmm.
Bonk. I love the inclusion of Rokara.
Taunt.
Taunt is cheat.
Well, he...
Oh yeah, I forgot that weapon goes away.
Lucky I am here.
That Bulwark of Azeroth, though.
That really is pretty helpful. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it buys him a turn for sure.
Couple more freezes in hand still for DoctorBOMD.
Yeah, doing some chip damage, clearing away the taunt this turn. Setting up for next turn. We've got
Gore-Howl.
18 on board, but
Uh-oh.
that's a Curse Blade.
Oh, no.
He's got to play the Sword Eater. The
He
Sword
has
Eater
to.
Yeah. I mean, and that's a taunt in the way again.
And that hero power can go face.
That is super close here.
So Schmoopie definitely setting Doc at check right here, right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow!
There was a chain gang, and
Yeah, the hero
but-
power can go straight face though.
that's
and
right. Yeah. that's
Yeah.
right.
Bypass
Wow.
all of the taunts. Rokara carrying Schmoopie into victory. And we're tied 1-1.
Wow, that tech, hey.
Well, and we know Schmoopie has always loved Rokara the Valorous. It's specifically that, like, smashing the weapon into a giant minion that then goes face. And wow, what a heads-up play on the Avalanche dude there.
We have a series, 1-1.
Boat has been sufficiently praised. Books.
Light, guide my hand. You asked for it.
Books and hero powers.
All right. Yeah, I love this mage deck. It's super fun. Oh, and a wildfire on one.
That's good.
Oh yeah. And
that's a
Doc,
card.
no way to discount his books quite yet. He's gonna be praying for a good top deck.
Can't stop this snowstorm.
Snowstorm, unfortunately not stopped.
Chose to hold that hero power.
Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
Yeah, I think Schmoopie knows what he wants to do next turn with the ice block, so kind of front loading the mana this turn makes sense. And Doc, unfortunately, not getting the draws that he's hoping for. I wouldn't honestly be too terribly surprised if we see a dude coin Hand of a Doll just in order to get the draw on and contest the board. It doesn't feel good, but even better. Growth coin hand. It doesn't die to the board. Next level. It's obvious he's a doctor.
Went to school for this. Yowza.
Yeah, a little
Try to keep yourselves alive.
bit of a slow start for Doc here, but there's so much end game potential, and he's running that holy Maki roll that can, you can gain 20 health with it potentially. So heads up play by Schmoopie with the Star Scryer. I think that, like, hey, if you're gonna clear my board, may as well draw a card from it.
Why not?
Making sure to go face with the most damage you can. Doc finally able to play one of these bigger minions. While that Fleet Hoof Pearl Tusk won't be an 8/8, it's at the very least something that Schmoopie has to deal with.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, those were good pulls.
My calculations, you need to chill out.
That is one of my favorite voice lines in the game.
Right. A number of ways Schmoopie can deal with this.
The wails of these cowards chill.
Choosing to leave up the 4/4 and play just a ton of stats onto the board.
See Doc hovering over the Samuro. It's a possibility.
Yeah, Samuro plus Book can clear all but the 6/6, and the Pearl Tusk can finish cleaning that up.
The board is BOMDs.
Yeah, if he starts getting low, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Holy Maki roll start coming down. Because Mordresh can be just a pyroblast at any point.
Right?
Is Myrmidon gonna draw a card? Yes, indeed.
Reporting for duty.
Holy Maki roll.
Planets and stars, power for the taking.
Right? No real way for Schmoopie to corrupt that Pearl Tusk quite yet. Plays it for stats.
Yeah.
And now the board is Schmoopie's.
Momentarily.
That was a full cost Libram of Hope.
Yep, I'm a little bit surprised we see the pickup here of the Leviathan. I kind of thought that was going to come down. But seems smart on Schmoopie to or smart on BOMD to try to you know, clear the board. Thinking that like Mordresh in hand at any given time is
Ooh,
is 10 damage. So
what a lucky draw! Just to get the
Wow.
perfect lethal.
And that
On the-
honorable
on-
kill makes
Yeah,
Varden's hero power deal 7 damage
that is insane.
holy Maki roll.
in the membrane.
That's pretty crazy too. Reckless Apprentice.
Especially, yeah, with that brand.
That's an upgrade.
Only a little surprised we didn't see the arcane amplifier come down first.
Oops. That's an oops.
Yep.
But setting up for lethal.
That was mighty close, all right. Yeah, if it would have done, if we would have seen that come first, it would have cleared both of those, and he would have. I think Doc would have been at 5 instead.
But this still is lethal.
Right? Still the amplifier, right? So
Yeah.
Yep. And Schmoopie
Didn't-
takes game 3 to go up 2-1.
Didn't quite get punished too horribly there for that one little misplay.
All right, so Schmoopie, having taken the win with the mage as well, leaves with only the shaman left.
yep. All right. So we've got yeah, Schmoopie left with the Shutterwalk Shaman, Doc with the Shutterwalk Shaman, and this Libram Paladin.
Books.
Sheep likes books.
Doc, knowing that Schmoopie only has a shaman left, electing to not enter a mirror match.
I don't blame him. the Shutterwalk mirror is kind of miserable. That is a Shutterwalk in opening hand.
Yeah, electing to toss it though, keeping mutinous in order to make the ice fishing tutor the Flurgle Tox combo. Still has to draw the ice fishing, but
Frostbite's sharper than venom.
does run 2 of them.
It's a pretty solid curve here too for Schmoopie, picking up 3 and now 4 cost cards.
Curious to see if he wants to wind chill and just hero power. Not electing to dungeoneer.
I cannot wait to read these.
Ah, the card that was missing from the last game.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, and there's half of Flurgle Tox.
Such a perfect specimen.
Let's see. If Doc does decide to Myrmidon and get a draw from it, he... Oh, that's right. He actually drew a Libram discounter this game.
Yep. Wow. Oh, there's a.
Oh wow!
Frostbite's sharper than venom.
I almost wonder if we see a devolve on this to get rid of the Libram. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Lady Liadrin will have to come down in order for Doc to get it back. Of course, he does run a second, but it's no longer just already immediately there for him.
I think
Frostbite's sharper than
Doc here has a lot of endgame. There's potentially, there's a couple of board clears and a lot of healing.
Nature waits for no one but me.
And boop into face.
Get that chip damage.
May the light
Absolutely.
grant you peace.
Ah, yes. Night of Anointment to get the draw train going.
May the
That
light
upgradable frame bot was upgraded. There's one freeze.
Yeah, and Doc choosing to hold on to that second Libram of Wisdom, knowing that this is a decent board to be devolved. Part 2.
Well, and that Mutanus coming down, it corrupts, well, all of the cards now, so...
Yeah, on top of taking away Doc's honestly more obvious 7 mana play with the Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan, it's quite a card there, and so it's a big loss.
Every time. It's just so funny.
It truly is.
reporting for duty.
And Doc holding on to the light ray. Second light ray in hand. See both of them come down this go round.
Well, there's
Libram of
a
Wisdom.
Flurgle Toxfin cup.
Oh, yeah.
Shattrath will not fall in pain.
I guess since Dr. BMD hasn't seen the ice fishing yet, he may feel safe to do something like this.
I almost wonder if that's why Shmoopie held it.
Yeah.
Really heads up there for sure.
Oh, play the one you drew.
You have to play the one you top deck, right, for Ultimate BM.
Rules are rules.
Or freeze.
Oh, he could Avalanche here and Flurgle Tox next turn to push a whole bunch of damage.
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, just kind of trying to set up lethal more than anything else, it looks like.
That is what it looks like.
Still 2 off if he were to Flurgle Tox this coming turn. And of course now there's a minion with Divine Shield as well.
gotta remember to boop it.
And
the boop. I was scared. I was scared it wasn't gonna happen.
And Shmoopie pushing 19.
Wow.
Totally full.
One off.
And I think the Samuro's probably gonna clean it up. With all those Librams of Wisdom in hand.
Oh, and look at that pickup. Doc just drew Cario as well. A little bit late, but
could be the beginning of some stabilization. Doc also really hoping to probably drop this Libram of Judgment before playing Cariel if he can. Obviously, he'll do what he has to, but... Whew.
I'm trying to get just out of range. Yeah, just in case.
That was a pretty good turn.
Yep.
Talk about
One.
Blade Storm.
And Mutanus not pulling anything at all.
Ripperino, that not quite do what we wanted it to do, I think.
No. Yeah.
Our hardships.
Cariel coming down. Which, of course, also corrupts that humongous growth.
Sounds so gross. Wow, we might have the comeback kid over here.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my gosh, what a top deck. He's got to go face with it first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but also discounting the Bolner.
Oh. Oops.
Or just setting up for lethal of his own.
There was no face with the Shutterwalk first.
Yeah, he didn't attack with it.
Which leads me to believe that he's hoping to attack with it next turn.
The plane of water shall fall to us.
Unfortunately for Doc, he cannot play that weapon.
No.
What a pickup, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now. Schmoopie's having some hand space issues, but I have to imagine we're going to see the Grumble come down, right? Because he's got to want to get that Shutterwalk back.
Yeah.
Are we just hoping to draw a devolve or something?
It's a 14-14. 14-17.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the out is for Schmoopie there. Maybe just trying to get the sequencing down. Oh, but there's the punish.
Yep. That is a large board there. Alright, so the Dunk Tank is going to clear the Divine Shield off of the Libram here.
And clear up the board.
That is an awful lot of Librams.
Librams
More than
with
two.
No minion, though.
Yet.
Growth is so horrendous.
There's a minion.
That's a minion. And it's a taunt.
I'm going to throw the book at you.
And Doc's going to throw the book at Schmoopie.
Is there another devolve in the deck? I think there might be.
I do believe so as well.
Doc just threw like 8 books at Schmoopie.
Yes, confirmed. There is a second devolve in deck.
That's a 1 in 3.
Yeah, Schmoopie looks like he's running kind of low. Oh, okay.
I will once more.
Yep.
I mean, that does prevent Doc from swinging in with that 14-16. And
And-
Schmoopie has that combo every single turn.
And there's that devolved. There's 2 cards left in deck.
Wow. Do you?
That's not it. Well, next turn you'll have to devolve.
And making some big old buddies.
You still got that, like, grumble if he needs to throw these back later. But look at this. Bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and he knows that devolve is the final card.
Yep.
Wow. Oh no.
Okay, so
What?
19. So
that was not devolve.
that was not devolved. Did he burn it?
Well, there's no taunt up. But he can grumble, freeze all over again.
And you know what? I was looking at the wrong Shutterwalk Shaman. I was looking at Doc's Shutterwalk Shaman. Schmoopie only does run the 1 devolve.
All
My
right,
bad.
so there's the armor. Trying to,
Only lightly used though.
yeah. Okay. Oh, there's the board back in his hand. All right.
To play Brilliant Macaw for 4 more armor? Question mark?
It would do the grumble, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it would. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
yes.
Almost out of cards.
Got the grumble back.
What a comeback here. I mean, Schmoopie's getting into dangerous territory with potential
Fatigue.
damage, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think
Making
Doc
armor
may have
up.
found his out.
I mean, Schmoopie can freeze, but
And there's the heal. Back up to full.
oh snap. Friends,
From 1 health, back up to full health and 13 armor.
this just might be going to 5 games.
It's looking that way.
Armor!
Lightly used armor.
Well, that's a board. That's a 24-27. Ooh, there's a bear off.
Big ol' bear off.
And yeah, just to clarify, because Cariel's weapon, Doc replaced Cariel's weapon with the lifesteal, so he's no longer getting half damage, right?
Correct.
Correct.
That is a Barov, but
It is. There's no way to kill it.
still 46 health, but that is a 24 attack Bullner over here.
Yeah, replacing the immovable object may have been Doc's demise here. Doing the maths.
Running out of time.
All right.
Hard passing. Schmoopie also did math.
Yeah, Schmoopie's got to be a little bit bummed to use the.
Is he gonna grumble? Oh, I guess he's got 9 mana to play with here.
And quite a bit of taunts.
Well, because he's in fatigue damage now, like, he really needs to get that armor up.
Do try to keep yourselves alive.
Doc making the biggest bear of he can.
SchmoopieDaddy has to balance taking down DoctorBOMD's health with also still giving himself armor.
You know what, though? This is not that bad for Schmoopie because, like, there's no cards left. I think we'll see. I mean, if it's me, I'd probably go face with everything and then Barov and Avalanche. I mean, I guess he
Making room.
Mm-hmm. And Doc knows that there's another chain gang.
So that's 3 taunts that Dr. Bomb cannot get through.
No?
Ooh.
Think this spells the end?
That might be it. I mean, he's going to heal to full again, but that doesn't matter.
Oh, but it does.
Oh.
Look at fatigue.
Oh no.
This is in fact the end.
This is the end. Oh wow.
Wow.
No! Wow!
Schmoopie recognizing it too.
Oh my gosh. What a game.
Wow.
I thought Schmoopie was going to walk away with that one, but no.
Holy moly, it came down to the fatigue damage
of 6. 6.
With lethal presented.
There's doctor and math business going on behind the scenes over here. There's a reason that these two are in the finals. Oh my goodness.
That was great. So, are we 2-2 right now?
We are 2-2 game
match
with a Shutterwalk Shaman mirror.
Oh my gosh, there's going to be a lot of frozen minions.
Relevantly, Doc does not run Mutanus in his Shutterwalk Shaman. So that could be a pretty big difference in this particular matchup.
It certainly could.
Yeah, because Schmoopie running, of course, double ice fishing in conjunction with the Flurgle Tox plus the Mutanus.
Mm-hmm.
Nature waits for no
DoctorBOMD has double devolves while Schmoopie
Yes.
has the single.
And that will be a big difference as well. Wild Paw Cavern. Love to see it.
I hate when my opponents play that card.
waits for no one but me.
It's so sneaky. Like, it's way better than it looks.
Yeah. It's very annoying to deal with.
The mini avalanche.
Yeah, putting in work, and the Lotheb on curve, it definitely gets it into the Shutterwalk pool.
Mm-hmm.
Out the way! Someone's hit!
So Schmoopie putting a Circus Medic for heal into his Shutterwalk pool.
This'll make the pain go away.
Battle cry goes minion. Minions go face. Avalanche number 1.
Yep.
He was hovering over it at least.
I've got to think that Shroopy played the Circus Medic just to corrupt one of the other cards. Or it could be to get the healing in the pool.
Yeah, the only thing that was corrupted was the horrendous growth.
Sounds so nasty.
A corrupted horrendous growth. Not just a horrendous growth.
It's corrupted even further. I frequently accidentally call horrendous growth humongous growth, and I'm not sure which is grosser.
Humunculous growth.
Oh. Doc pushing damage, 11 damage this turn, going face, and then just hard passing. Knowing that Shmoopie has to deal with his board instead of the other way around.
Yeah, right. So I think these guys are sort of playing chicken with each other, right? Hey, who's going to play Florgal Talks? Or who's going to play Snowfall Guardian?
It's like one of those Control Warrior mirrors.
Uh-huh.
Of old.
Yeah, and Doc without either of his 2 devolves, because he does run 2. So unfortunately for Doc, Brilliant Macaw is going to put in some work here. Or Shmoopie just completely deals with the whole board and proves me wrong.
With one really awesome card.
Oh yeah. Times 2.
Times 2.
Nature waits.
It's not more than 2.
No one but me.
Doc picking up looked like Devolve and Grumble, I think was the other.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah, that devolve is going to be so clutch with those Brilliant Macaws and the Grumble that we know is in Shmoopie's hand as well.
That's a 7/7.
All right, what's he snipe?
What was it? Something little.
It was a Dark Moon Dirigible.
Dirigible.
Dirigible?
Yeah.
Dirigible.
Not what we were looking for.
Not a Shudderwalk.
But Shmoopie is holding 2 macaws. I think he saw the out that I was recognizing at the very beginning that is how he could win this game.
Uh-oh. Look at that health total. It's
That's
only at
low.
11.
Yep.
That's real low.
And now it's 7.
Yowza.
And this is the problem with running Mutinous alongside Flirtle and Tox.
Mm-hmm.
Because we see one and not the other.
With only 1 mana left, I'd be really surprised if we don't see Mutinous come down once more. If he had 2 mana left, he'd be preserving his health total for sure.
And it did not eat the big card.
And Brucon for lethal.
Wow.
5-game series
Oh
coming
my
down to the
goodness.
Shudderwalk mirror, and the board just getting it done for Doc there.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
Good old mid-range style attrition minion combat.
Wow. Wow. Okay. That was quite a match there. Yeah, Brucon for the lethal.
Congrats, DoctorBOMD. That was a series.
Yeah, wow. Incredible. I'm still processing. My goodness. What a series we had there. Curious to see if either of them are available or feel like chatting, but my goodness,
Ooh.
was definitely on the edge of my seat there.
Very climactic for the end of the listener series.
Absolutely. And our finalists are in fact available for an interview, so let's jump over there to do that thing.
Hello.
Well played. Congratulations, Doc. You are our Season 5 champion.
Hooray!
Hooray!
I was
That
not
was-
expecting that.
That was
Snoopy's
great.
decks were better than mine. I high rolled a little bit, and that Paladin game broke both of our brains, I think. But
Ours too, absolutely.
Oh my goodness. We were not expecting to see lethal via fatigue damage there. Like, I think it was just, we were sitting here trying to do the math and, wow, just.
We thought Schmoopie had it until that very last second where we were like, oh no, wait. There's six fatigue damage.
Sinking feeling I threw somewhere, but I never want to know where because it'll just haunt me. I never want to know where. I thought that matchup was like so far in my favor from the testing. I felt like I punted that one. It
was very close, and I thought we were kind of thinking that it may have sunk Doc a little bit by playing, like, getting rid of the Cariel's weapon, switching over to the Lee room, but
push, right? Like he had to push damage. It might have been as simple as trading off the armor vendor. If I kept the armor vendor, I think I eventually get there.
Yeah, I think the armor vendor was and I think there may have been a point in there where your Bolner was big enough that you grumbled one too many times, something like that. But there's also a turn where I think Grumble was your first battle cry, and then you couldn't play anything else with the battle cry because it would keep bouncing back, which happened to me once. I think I was playing against Sheep, and I just started laughing because I was like, but I can't play anything. So I just kept playing stuff, and it kept bouncing back to my hand. But yeah, I looked down and I was like, well, I have 30 damage and weapons in my hand. I guess I should play them because I don't have anything else in my deck. But I played a very similar game against Ginger, I think, testing, where his Mutinous ate my Liadrin, and that was why I lost. So that's why I played the Liadrin so early, because I was worried about it happening again.
I kept Mutinous in hand for that reason.
Yeah.
I had a choice between Shudder and Mutinous in the mulligan, and I'm positive it's correct to keep one or the other, and situationally I kept the Mutinous just because I knew how important it was in the matchup, and I played it early. Got the Leviathan, couldn't get the Liadrin.
Yeah, you had a 50-50 on the Liadrin and the Leviathan, I think.
I figured.
Yeah, that was I could not draw my early game. I mean, there's not a lot of early game in that deck, but in practice I was drawing the Attendants and the Knight of Anointments every once in a while, and they just weren't anywhere. But yeah, if I really well played on your end, and your decks were really, really good. You guys didn't see the Hunter, but his Hunter, I literally could not beat it in testing. I played against Ginger a bunch. I played Maxi. Maxi couldn't beat him with anything but Kenray and anyone I could find. And I was just like, cue the Hunter. And I tried every one of my decks, and nothing ever won a single game.
Wow.
There was one game where I had Maxi down to like 11 health, and I had 20-something power on board on turn 6. And I was at 26, 25, and I died the next turn. It's just, there's so much burst in that Hunter. It was scary and really well built.
You banned it.
I did.
Yeah,
all of your decks
choice. Were incredibly built. Love to see, of course, the Hero Power Mage, a really, really aggressive and fantastically built Quest Warrior, and then of course I'm a huge fan of books. I think you know that, Doc. So like, I was really excited to see that in there too.
Yeah, that was the one I think most worried about getting through, but I felt like I wanted to give it a couple shots. But the Hero Power Mage was also really good. I think I only did it once or twice in testing, and the Hero Power scaled up so much. And there's, even the Paladin is just like, I've got, 3 8/8 Divine Shields on board, and they're just all dead. They're instantly all dead.
Yeah.
And you have 3 Ice Blocks.
Yeah. And I have 3 Ice Blocks.
Well, there's more than 2.
2 at that point. Yeah, man. No, but listen, this is. Doc kept saying to me in DMs, you guys don't get to see this, but Doc's like, well, can't wait to lose to you. And I kept telling Doc, listen, man, I'm pretty good at throwing in these practice matches. But in all seriousness, he's my captain for Wild THL. He's a high ranked player in usually both formats. Even though it feels like he only plays like 3 games of Wild a month, if you hear him talk about it. He knows so much. He's very active in at a high level in THL, in both formats, and I knew there's a decent chance he could skill difference me, and I definitely feel that tonight a little bit. But listen, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and Doc was by far, it looks like, the best this season.
Well, thank you. I will say that the last week was the least fun of all the weeks because you wouldn't talk to me. I'm glad we're back.
Aww.
I really enjoyed working with you all season, and it was really a blast.
Same.
And my decks were always better with your input, so I appreciated that all season. And I said it before, I wouldn't have made it this far without all your help. So I truly appreciate it, and had a lot of fun.
Well, rematch next season so I can kick your ass.
Shots fired. I like it. I was about to cry over here. Well, I really appreciate you both letting us cast your matches, especially for the finals. And I mean, a lot of time this season we cast y'all quite a bit, which was really fun. And yeah, it was just absolutely a blast. You both are incredible, and this was a great series. Anytime the series goes to 5 games, it's just absolutely incredible. And as someone casting the match, or as like I don't know, I feel like I'm part of the audience, so to be able to watch it, like, we were on the edge of our seat the whole time. It was it was so fun.
It was great. Well played, both of you.
Absolutely. So Schmoopie, is there anyone that you want to specifically thank or specifically recognize that helped you get here into the finals, giving you a chance to say stuff and things?
Outside of personal people, my wife, my best friend, who I talk game with every day, Ginger Ninja for all the prep this week. I played him so much, he stopped wanting to play me. I think I burned him out. He's just like, this paladin is pain. I don't want to play it anymore. Don't make me play it anymore. Sorry,
Ginger. Sorry.
Pigpen for helping me out with testing, and obviously Doc, because we worked so closely this season. If you're going to go down in the finals, might as well go down to your training partner. Looking forward next season to keeping the partnership going and seeing if we can make this a repeat.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Definitely. And Doc, congratulations on winning the season. Of course, now we get to give you a victory lap as well.
I just want to thank you guys. You guys were awesome this season, putting it all together. The challenges were great. I thought, had the lore stuff going through it all as a thread, and just really interesting and like fun decks to play. You could make competitive decks, but they were off meta. But the restrictions weren't so ridiculous that you were left playing nothing. And the broadcasts were great, and just really enjoyed the whole thing all the way through. So thanks.
Oh, shucks.
And shout out to Sheep. Thank you to Sheep for starting we're in the Legacy Finals for THL. Sheep started us off with a win. So we're up 4-2 after one match. We got 4 to go. I play in 2 hours. So keep my fingers crossed for that one. My opponent's in London, so.
Oh, I was going to say in 2 hours. That's pretty late for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I work overnight tomorrow night. So actually, my schedule got all flipped around. Somebody got COVID, and I have to work there overnight. And but yeah, I'll be up tonight for another 3 or 4 hours. So actually, it's the only time we could play, given time difference and kids.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out. Real life happens, and I know we were having to move around the finals a little bit. We were originally going to do it last week after the podcast and kind of shuffle things around, but it worked out. It worked out just fine, and so
absolutely,
yeah. Well, that about wraps it up for us. Anyone watching this either live here on Twitch, thank y'all for hanging out. Really appreciate it. If anybody's interested in playing in Season 6, typically we will launch the season about 2 weeks-ish into the new set. New set's coming out August 2nd, and so look for something further, say mid-August. We'll be busy working on lore, working on artwork, and seeing what we can come up with. And so the series is free to play for anybody that wants to participate. And yeah. Hey, congrats again to both of you for making the top 2. And Doc, welcome aboard as the Season 5 champion.
Woo! Thank you.
Anybody who's been watching this and hasn't participated before, look out for the next season and sign up because it's always a blast.
Yeah, if anyone's on the fence, definitely jump in. It's fun.
Can confirm.
All right, guys. Well,
All right,
you.
thanks for having us.
All right, thank you,
Wiser
friends.
words have never been spoken.
That's right. And you heard that?
On board to be wild.